Chen Sheng and Wu Guang started their rebellion in Dazexiang with only 900 followers at the beginning. But within a month, they had thousands of infantry, cavalry, and chariots. And Chen Sheng even declared himself king. How did they manage to organize, lead, and expand the rebellion so quickly? The answer lies in the fact that the people had suffered under Qin's rule for too long. We talked about this in the previous video, but why didn't Chen Sheng and Wu Guang ultimately overthrew the Qin Dynasty and achieve the final victory? In this video, we will discuss the reasons for their failure and death. Chen Sheng's rebellion was carried out in the name of the originally true state. At the start of the uprising, his banner read Great Chu. After he declared himself king, he named his kingdom Zhangchu, so Chen Sheng was also known as the king of Chu. However, to distinguish him from the later king of Chu, Sheng, and the western Chu overlord, Xiang Yu, ancient historians often referred to Chen Sheng as the king of Chen. This isn't wrong either. Chen Sheng's surname was Chen, and his capital was in Chen County. Essentially, the king of Chen was actually the king of Chu at that time. As Chen was once the capital of originally Chu state also. So when Chen Sheng captured Chen County, the local gentry and elders there urged him to declare himself king. Their petition highly praised him for re-establishing the state of Chu. Chen Sheng followed the will of the people and named his state Zhangchu, which means expanding originally Chu state. In reality, Chen Sheng's use of the names Great Chu and Zhangchu was just a way to gain popular support. He didn't actually restore the Chu state. On the contrary, if anyone seriously proposed reinstating a king of Chu, he would have them killed. The reason people across the country supported the uprising led by Chen Sheng and Wu Guang was their hatred for Qin Shi Huang Yingzheng and his son, the second empire of Qin. The hatred for their oppressive rule, the cruelty of Qin's military officers and local officials, and the harshness of Qin's laws and politics. The purpose of the rebellion was to overthrow all of this, which is why people joined and supported Chen Sheng and Wu Guang. The Qin system was authoritarian and Qin governance was tyrannical. This system and form of governance had its historical and specific reasons in Qin Dynasty. In short, the consensus in Qin was to enrich the state and strengthen the military. Under Qin's originally conditions at the time. Strengthening the state required centralization, and strengthening the military required autocracy, and enriching the state left little room for enriching the people. Centralization, autocracy, and the accumulation of wealth from the people led to harsh laws, definitely. Qing's citizens could only endure this by making sacrifices. Even so, these sacrifices came with some compensation. During the process of Qin annexing the other 6 states, Qing's citizens received material rewards such as promotions and titles, sharing the spoils of war, and psychological rewards like feeling superior to people from other states. The harshness of Qing's rule was tolerable to Qing citizens due to these specific conditions. This relationship is somewhat similar to that between the Japanese government and its citizens during the World War II, making it easier to understand. We take this example. However, after the 6 states were annexed, everything changed in the Qing Empire. Both material and psychological compensation disappeared. Without wars of annexation, there were no spoils to distribute, with no other countries to compare themselves to. Now everyone was just a citizen of the Qing Empire. At this point, who would willingly endure further hardships? The former citizens of the 6 states who hadn't lived under such conditions before found it even harder to endure. While the 6 states also had their own reforms, they were fundamentally feudal, not as centralized or authoritarian as Qing state. Additionally, the customs and traditions of these states varied, and they suddenly found themselves under strict control. The laws became extremely harsh, and the people who were dissatisfied with the new system of the Qing Empire began to long for the old systems of the 6 states, conveniently forgetting the flaws of those old systems. And similarly, dissatisfaction with the Qing Empire's rulers made people also long for the old rulers of the 6 states, again conveniently forgetting the shortcomings of those old rulers. Just to the common people of the time, it was simply a comparison of living conditions, worse systems and worse rulers. That's why Sheng could rally people under the banner of Chu state, originally Chu state, and others could do the same under the banners of like Qi, Zhao, Wei, and Yan. Chen Sheng's rebellion succeeded initially for this reason. He even invoked the name of Sheng Yan, a general of Chu state originally, who had died fighting against the Qing state. However, just over a month after the uprising began to see some success, Chen Sheng abandoned this banner. He crowned himself king of Chen and began constructing palaces, appointing civil and military officials like a real emperor. When one of his subordinates proposed making a former Chu prince the new king of Chu to gain popular support, Chen Sheng had this subordinate executed by revealing his ambitions too soon, despite not having the authority or achievements to back them up. He lost the loyalty of his officials and generals. As we have discussed in a previous video, Chen Sheng sent a man named Wu Chen to attack the former territory of Zhao state. After winning, Wu Chen declared himself king of Zhao. Another general, Zhou Shi, after capturing the former territory of Wei state, declared Prince Jiu of originally Wei state the new king of Wei. Chen Sheng himself was not particularly skilled in military strategy, and after his two generals defected and took their troops with them, he tried to tighten control by appointing inspectors to oversee his commanders. Any commander who disobeyed orders could be immediately executed. Another major mistake Chen Sheng made was in the death of his comrade Wu Guang. Wu Guang, known as the deputy of the king, had achieved many military successes, but Chen Sheng, whose mindset had deteriorated, feared that Wu Guang might grow too powerful and take everything from him. So when an inspector suggested that Wu Guang was becoming arrogant and uncontrollable, and that he should be killed to prevent the failure, Chen Sheng agreed. The inspector killed Wu Guang and presented his head to Chen Sheng, who not only did not blame the inspector, but rewarded him. Chen Sheng's unwavering trust in these inspectors led to many unnecessary deaths, further eroding his authority and weakening the morale of his troops. Chen Sheng's refusal to restore the Chu royal family cost him the moral high ground in the rebellion and exposed his ambitions, which didn't match his capabilities. His fellow rebels had no past loyalty to him, and without sufficient achievements to win them over, those who were capable and wise left him to establish their own basis of power. At this point, Chen Sheng also became paranoid and suspicious, killing or driving away those who were willing to work with him. Only 6 months after the uprising began at Dazexiang, Chen Sheng, having lost all support, was defeated by the Qin general Zhang Han. Chen County finally fell, and Chen Sheng fled first to Ruying and then to Xiachengfu. These two places are now in Anhui province. He was ultimately killed by his own chariot driver, who cut off his head and presented it to the Qin army for a revolt. Thus, the first large-scale peasant uprising in Chinese history ended in failure. This is the story of Chen Sheng and Wu Guang's failed uprising. I hope it gives you something to think about, particularly the elements of chance and inevitability. That's all for this video. Thank you for your watching, and please like, follow, comment, and share. So see you guys in next video.